Welcome to another episode by the Red Pill Christian/Jew. I am your host Bruce, and today we're going to talk about the way we can escape the power of the peach. Yes, escape the power of the peach. Okay, so looking at the wisdom texts of Ecclesiastes, looking at those texts, you have three generations of wisdom. If you go to Proverbs chapter 1, it says the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. So Solomon writes it, and then in chapter 3 here, no, 4 or 5 here, give me 1 second. There we go. And he's the hero's sons of father's instruction. He says, when I was the son with my father, he taught me. So, 3 generations there, David teaching his son Solomon about wisdom. And then obviously, David's father taught him. So now we go into a couple things here about wisdom. Let's go to Proverbs 2:12. And get some context. A couple things wisdom's going to do. 2 things. It's going to help you from staying away from bad boys, bad men. Their devices, their schemes, criminals. Getting in things you shouldn't do. Okay. They like doing bad things. They like getting in trouble. That's just being nice about it. The main thing here is be delivered from the foreign women. It's called the strange woman, the adulteress. Married women. Smooth words. Smooth words is things you can think of like there are feminine logic, shaming, trying to put you down, or trying to blame shift, and really kind of mince words to where they're not responsible for the things that they do. So they convince you that what they're doing or what they want is right, and that's her tactic. Usually her mouth, her words. We've seen that in some of the videos I went over with you, the Mari videos, that they blame shift, they try to put down, they yell, they scream, and the thing is you don't believe in feminine logic, feminine math. That's just doesn't compute. So these are some of her the Bible teaches general tactics. Getting in the specifics, doesn't give the specifics, but that's why I'm giving you some of these on expounding on the scriptures here. Forsakes the companion of your youth. And I really didn't understand what that meant for a long time, and finally it dawned on me that women have no loyalty. Been taking the red pill. You don't even have to take the red pill to be saved. According to Ecclesiastes, you please God, you'll be delivered from the bad woman. And you could do that by, I'm going to get into that here in a few minutes, but taking the red pill, understanding that women don't have loyalty to men. They don't have loyalty except to themselves and what they want. And this issue forsakes the companion of her youth, forgets the covenant of God. So she not only betrays her husband, she also betrays God. And this is a very unique passage for her house takes down to death, her paths to the departed. Talks about going down to Sheol. That's one of the translations. None who go to or come back, or they're getting paths of life. It's interesting. It's a general statement, but when you think of stories of people who get involved with these bad women don't make choices. Single mothers with lots of kids. What is the value of their life in 10, 20 years? So they get this young man, he gets wrapped up with this woman, and he's 20 years old. Or you see it in the Murray video the other day, he's young and he's getting involved with this older 25-year-old. He gets her pregnant, and now she can get child support from him from 20 years. That's a paycheck every month for 18 years that he could be using to save, plan, invest, or invest in a business or something of that nature. So these women, they're on the wrong paths, and they sink you down to that level. And their reasoning, their logic will take you along the wrong paths. And again, it's a general statement, but when you apply it to people's lives, you see the consequences of how it works in people's lives. It makes a lot of sense. Now, if you're young hearing this and reading this, you're like, doesn't really get it. And really, when you read this, it's not designed to give you like an emotional understanding. Emotional understanding is being and going through this type of situation, or seeing other people that you know and love go through these situations. And you can learn from their mistakes. So this just tells you straight out forward, don't even go there. Don't even go there. This is what happens. You get in trouble. It's going to paint a bleak picture for you when you go down the path with these women. And a lot of this, and including the feminist woman. She's taught to, lie, cheat, steal, sleep around. Okay, which is obviously, if you're sleeping around, it's not very moral. And then you get older, you get married, and she's like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm gonna go back on the I call it the Pony Express, or they call it the CC. Okay, and the CC, those are red pill. Do you know what that means? Okay, they call it the carousel. So even though she's religious, this is applying that she's religious. Okay, and my ex-wife was religious. She prayed to God. She sung the hymns and the songs and the spiritual songs, and she went to church every Sunday. But these are the things that she did. Okay? And I did not listen to this. Okay? When I didn't embrace wisdom, because you'll be delivered from the forbidden woman. Okay? The feminist, the whore, with her smooth words, the adulteress, okay, who cannot keep her promises or her word or her agreements. Okay? She does what is convenient for her and what she wants to do. Okay? So now let's go to, we talked about the destruction. Something I want to throw into you too. I call this the chess proverb, 426. And this has helped me out in my life personally. Let's see here. Not that one. Was it 426? Let's see. There we go. Upon the path of your feet, and the only way to be sure. And upon the path of you thinking moves ahead. Like in chess, you think 2 or 3 moves ahead. What is going to happen if I get in this relationship with this woman, or if I have sex with her and I get addicted to her peach? Okay? And that's what happens. Is men get addicted to peach. And women use it as a tool to get them enslaved and ensnared. As I said, Solomon said, women are full of snares and nets, traps. And the only way you can please that is now I'm going to give you the answer. Okay? Now, I'm going to get into chapter 5 and go into more. And it's going to bring our answer to us. Keep discretion, your lips may guard knowledge. It's something you need to keep with you constantly. Guard knowledge, including the red pill. Okay? A forbidden woman, a strange woman, she looks really good. She's hot. Okay? Her speech is smoother than oil. Again, her words, okay, her feminine logic, okay, her shame tactics, blame shifting, okay, and then she's bitter as wormwood, sharp as two-edged sword. Now, we don't know really what wormwood is, but you could think maybe it tastes like vinegar, something really bitter, really nasty, sharp as two-edged sword. We know what two-edged sword is. But there's stories of people out there that get involved with these women. Look at things like true crime. Look at these cold case files of people get married, they have affairs, they get involved with these women, and all of a sudden their lives go out of control. They have a very successful career, they have lots of money, and then all of a sudden somebody gets murdered or they murder somebody. It just messes things up, completely twists things around. And it gives you the general here, but when you look at people's lives, you can look at people that actually go through this. The things you can watch like true crime, or you can watch things like Murray, and you can see these women are good looking. But the tactics that she uses is she uses her feminine logic, her speech. In the end, the consequences are just horrible. And verse 6 says, she does not think of the path of life. She's incapable of that thinking that we talked about in 426. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. Proverbs chapter 31. We'll go over that sometime. We're talking about the good woman here. And their paths will the paths of Sheol, meaning that the ways are destruction. And think about life. Her ways wander. She does not know it. She goes back and forth. You can't make her happy. She doesn't know where she goes. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's messed up. And then when she gets in your wallet, she gets in your head, she gets your emotions, your heart, your spirit, she's going to take you down. And they understood this. Okay? Now, let's go more into consequences. Okay? Now, here is the strategy. Red pill or not, you can do this. Is how you do it. Keep your way far from her. Do not go near the door of her house. Why would it say that? Why would it say that? Because he knew these guys understood the power of the peach. They understand it. And they understand how powerful this is and what it could do to you. They said, don't even taste it. Don't touch it. Don't do nothing. Get away from it. Stay away from it. Okay? The power of the peach. Keep your way far from her. Do not go near the door of her house. This is what happens when you get involved. The consequences, the cause is the adulteress, the bad woman, okay, the feminist, okay. The door is at least you give your honor to others and yours to the merciless. So those days are a little bit more rough. Things of adultery, things of getting in trouble, could possibly put you in slavery. Now things of like you could have kids with multiple women paying child support. She could put you in jail for domestic abuse. She could have someone try to kill you. There's stories out there like that. There's all sorts of scenarios that talk about this. Strangers take to fill your strength. How about a situation where you get a girl pregnant, she's really hot, you break up, she marries another guy, and you paying her child support every month, and she lives with another man who works, okay, and she's collecting off your money for 18 years. How about that? Strangers take to fill your strength. Your labors go to the house of a foreigner. At the end of your life, you're grown, when your flesh and body are consumed. I hate discipline. I'm the ruin. I mean, how much money, how much resource, how much time you put into, supporting that child, or even worse situations where maybe you move and you try to work things out with her and try to fix things. You give up a career or a great, a career opportunity for her. Okay. This opens up all kinds of things, and you apply these stories, these crime murder stories. You talk to a lot of guys today, and they go through these type of scenarios, these situations. Okay, and the only way that they recommend is you stay far away from that peach. Don't go near her. Stay away from her. You don't give her attention. You don't entertain the idea. You don't go along with her. You stay away from her. That's the answer. The simple answer is you stay away from her. And gentlemen, the peach is powerful. And they understood this. And that's why men did certain things in those days. According to the feminists, a.k.a. the patriarchy. They did things with women. They tried to keep them under a tight leash. Because they understand what their nature is. They are betrayers. They have, you can see they have this weird logic. Okay. They don't think about their paths and where they go. They don't think about 3 steps ahead. Okay. They don't have any kind of high strung morals. Okay. And they don't think of what's going to happen in the future. And finally, okay, is they betray their covenants, they betray their promises, their marriage vows. We'll do it in a second. And this completely explains, in a general term, these women. And you can see it today. This is today's woman. Now, it's written in that language of that time. I mean, forbidden women drip honey, smoother than oil. I mean, we probably wouldn't say smoother than oil. She has feminine logic and it seems irrefutable. She says she's hot, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. She's a 10. That's how we explain women drip honey. Lips of a forbidden woman drip honey. She's really hot. And this time she's religious. And you see a lot of these girls in the church, and they prey upon you guys because you are possibly a sperm donor or a human mollusk. So, guys, I hope you learned a lot today. Remember, the tactic is to stay away from these women. Stay away from them. And that's even without taking a red pill. If you just adjust that type of truth, technically you really don't need the red pill, but it's good to have it. It's good to understand because the red pill can save you as well. And it does say that up here. It says you may keep discretion, your lips may guard knowledge. So that way you understand what the consequences or results can be and you ponder the path of your life. Ponder it. Think about 3 moves ahead. If I get involved there, what is going to happen? And guess what? I have done the contrary to this, and I've gotten lots of trouble. I'll tell you more about my story, but I wasted 10 years with a woman. And I'm still in a house that I bought for a woman. She's not here anymore, but I bought a house for her, and I'm still have to pay for it. And I'm still in it now. So the point is, guys, great stuff here. Think ahead. Avoid the peach. Catch you next time. God bless.